So the question then now is, who lays finger on this data and how must it be used? Is that it?
That's it.
So let's start off with education, for instance. Now that we know that access, I mean, there must be, for a child, you don't have to walk beyond, what, 5 kilometers to access the school. Who then is concerned?
So it means if there are schools or there are policies that to enhance providing new schools within, we need to actually know where do we cite those schools, how to cite those schools, who actually provide, and that is the minister in charge who would actually propel it, plus the regional planning officer. They are all supposed to be part of this to be able to show that yes, or they will add it in their part of their developmental projects or action plans to be able to kickstart the development within the regions. You see, sometimes if you know where you are sick, you are treated very well.
But we know where we are sick.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Maybe as along 2010, these things were not actually exposed as it is now. Today, the statistics are actually revealing that this is what is happening. So we will now be able to direct our developmental projects on this. One, this takes a longer period than just a short interventions, because it needs serious planning to build schools or to educate the girl child. 40.2% is damning. So
no, we did the census when? 2010?
2021.
No, so because I was worried, because so which figure are you referring to?
I'm referring to 2021 population and housing figures.
So what it means is that was last year.
Thank you.
Last year.
Yes.
I see. So we have to. So let's talk about food. Food now. How difficult has that been? Because you see, again, we have to look inward as usual. This time we cannot rely on the Minister of Food and Agriculture. What would you want to, having looked at the data, what do you think that Savana region could do where the issue of looking inwardly to provide food must come on top of the agenda? There are farmers there.
They are farmers, and they have large acres of land. Like I said, if your land mass is almost 35,000 plus, and your population is only 650 something thousand people, it means after farming, nobody needs to tell you that you have abundant land to actually go to farm. You understand that? So all they need to do is, who actually guarantees farming? What do they do? Who help them? Who assists them? Because poverty is too serious in this direction. So nobody can, if even they are farmers, they are going to be peasant farmers, because they are poor already. The multidimensional poverty is measuring so many things, and not just expenditure or income levels of households. Those days we were using income levels to measure poverty, but now we've moved beyond that. But if you look at the size of the household, what do we need to do? We need to reduce our household sizes. That takes longer gestation periods than just short terms. If you look at providing health needs, or if you look at our food insecurity or food security, we need to make sure that at least what do you eat? It is not everything that you eat, because the food that you should eat should be of a balanced diet that have nutritional balance that can give you wealthy growth. You understand that? So these are key things that we need to actually look at.
I mean, the things you listed here, the multi-dimensional poverty, the girl child, proximity to educational and health facilities we spoke of, source of drinking water, undeserved residential structures than most deprived districts in 11 out of 16 regions, ICT, sanitation, only paints a more damning picture of what we're looking at. What it means is that all facets of life over there, I mean, you can say, for want of a better expression, there's no life in Savana region.
There is, but actually it is not the best that we would have expected.
Okay, so do you tell me, the reason why I say this is that, so if I'm supposed to go work at Savana region now, and I'm to take my family along with me, do you think that I'll survive?
Very well.
I'll survive?
Yes, you eat and actually survived very well.
Are you sure?
Very sure.
And I'm supposed to live like everyone that is there?
That's it. You see, what it does is that when we say girl child, is almost like we are saying in terms of ICT usage. People use phones, smartphones, and then non-smartphones, and even both. You understand? But if you look at it, it is very low. So all we are interested in is to put up these figures so that policy interventions can come and actually help us in the long run. Because if these things are not exposed, where do you move from? Where do you go? How do you start? Where do you start? So these are the key things that we want to ask, and then we want to follow to make sure that at least statistical service, our mandate is to chain out these figures and produce the statistics. Then the policy makers would look at these statistics and look at it that, look, it is not only Savana region. Northeast region is also facing the same consequences. Oti region has similar characteristics. And most of them, even Upper East, Upper West, though they are as old as the word itself, they are still struggling in terms of all these things. Look, even when you look at Savana in terms of being last in ICT, only 64.5%, far away from the average, national average of 88.4%. Look, Northeast follows, Upper West follows, Northern region and Upper East, they all follow. So it means they are not the only people in terms of these statistics that is damning. But as it is, some of them are better than where Savana lies.